Megas are back, baby. Myself and so many other Pokemon fans have been waiting for this moment for years, and honestly, I never thought it would actually come. With the announcement of Megas returning in Pokemon Legends ZA or Z Alpha, I'm still not super sure on what the actual title is, but we have to get some new Megas. My hope is that they focus on the Kalos Pokemon and buff up its very lackluster Pokedex. Today, I'm going to be giving 2 Kalos Pokemon their very own Mega Evolution. I would like you to keep in mind my background. I'm a competitive Pokemon player, and I predominantly play singles Draft League. Therefore, my balancing approach and design approach will probably be biased towards what I would want to use in my next league. Also, big shout to Bozgarong. His designs for these Pokemon were absolutely incredible and he was great to work with. His link will be in the description down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you haven't. It's super easy, free, and helps me reach my end of the year goal of 5K. With that being said, let's jump into it. Who most deserves a Mega in Kalos? I could honestly name a ton of Mons. Talonflame, Furfrou, Slurpuff, Aromatisse, Hawlucha, and so many more come to mind. I personally wanted to tackle 2 Pokemon that are already associated together, a duo of sorts. Thinking back on the Kalos decks with this idea, one duo really stood out to me. That duo being the fossils of the region, Tyrantrum and Aurorus. I've always loved the designs of these dinos. Tyrantrum just exudes power the way a T-Rex should, and Aurorus is as elegant as a dinosaur can get. However, competitively, they leave much to be desired. Tyrantrum is incredibly strong, but very much so lacks in the speed department. Aurorus has some incredible utility and has a solid stat spread across the board, but it's held back immensely by its terrible typing. I'm hoping to fix these competitive flaws and design something to improve their original designs, really bringing out the essence of that primal infinity energy, powering them up. First up is my personal favorite of the 2, Mega Tyrantrum. This ferocious monster ruled over the wilds of ancient Kalos with an iron fist. Any challenge was met with a head smash that was said to be able to split mountains. This power kept the ancient world completely subservient to the tyrant of Kalos. I really wanted to play on the tyrant aspect in its name, having this Mega reflect how Tyrantrum was the merciless king of the wild and roamed the Kalos of old. Insert Mega Tyrantrum. This design is so much more rugged, feral, and ferocious. Its fur becomes much more ragged and sharp. The armor plating it boasts is much more sharp, jagged, and imposing. To showcase its tyrant status of the ancient world, the armor plating on its head has morphed into the King's Rock item that we know today. This is actually the origin of this item. On top of the changes to its fur and its armor, this Tyrantrum is much more muscular and physically imposing, showcasing its vicious nature as the apex predator of its time. We also went with the Tyrant color scheme, paying homage to Mega Tyranitar having Larvitar's color scheme. When it comes to Mega Tyrantrum's stats and ability upgrades, we went with a few cool upgrades. Its new stat spread is as follows: 82 HP, 161 attack, 149 defense, 69 special attack, 79 SPDF, and 81 speed. With this new spread, Tyrantrum gains a massive boost to its offensive output, gaining 40 base attack. This will be boosted even further by its new ability, Reckless. Tyrantrum already had a recoil-based ability in Rockhead, but Reckless plays on the head smash becoming ludicrously strong, in exchange for protecting itself from damage. This monster will go to any lengths to win a battle or capture its prey. We also give it a big boost to its defenses in plus 30 defense and plus 20 special defense. More armor and rock means more bulk. This bulk will help Tyrantrum live a ton of hits naturally. That defense is sky high and not many earthquakes can threaten you with a KO. And that special defense boost patches a huge weak point in Tyrantrum's former spread. Finally, we have a small boost in speed. It may not seem like much, but plus 10 makes a huge difference. Outpacing base 80 and below is huge for a wall breaker, and it helps out a lot with outpacing the faster threats in the metagame at plus 1 if you decide to go Dragon Dance or Scale Shot. Our new and improved Tyrantrum is a pretty massive upgrade and a great representation of the Tyrant of Kalos. Next up is Aurorus. If Mega Tyrantrum is the king of ancient Kalos, I want Aurorus to feel like the queen of the frozen tundra. When I think of Aurorus, I think of the Aurora Borealis. The beautiful green and blue northern lights is the main feature of Aurorus I wanted to capture and showcase in this design. Enter Mega Aurorus. While insanely beautiful and elegant, this monarch of the Kalos tundra rules over her domain with extreme prejudice. Her rule is strict, but in doing so, she keeps her territory safe with her power and veil. The sails on its neck and back have now begun to protrude even more, becoming absolutely massive. There's now even mini sails on its tail and legs. They've also taken on green and blue colors as the Northern Lights are known for, as is the rest of the design. These beautiful colors are accented by new diamond-shaped ice crystals added to its forehead and chest. I absolutely love the design and how elegant but strong it looks. Now, onto its balancing. How do we make a rock and ice type competitively viable? Especially considering we can't hold the heavy duty boots or any item for that matter. Let's start out with the stats. 127 HP, 77 attack, 97 defense, 129 special attack, 127 special defense, and 68 speed. We leaned heavy into the tank aspect of Aurorus here. We decided to buff its bulk by 25 and its special defense by a whopping 35. In conjunction with its newly added great bulk, Generation 9 added a buff to ice types, giving them a defense boost in the snow, making Aurorus able to even live stab fighting attacks while setting up its initial snow before mega evolving and its ability, which we'll go into in a second here. 10 base speed was added to give a nice little jump point on a lot of the bulkier Pokemon in the metagame around base 60 or 65. Think Incineroar for VGC or Pelipper and Swampert in singles. Then finally, a boosted special attack in 35 is massive. Aurorus actually has a pretty incredible move pool offensively. Freeze Dry and Blizzard, Earth Power, and Thunderbolt hit a ton of Pokemon insanely hard. Now it just needs Power Gem. Come on, Game Freak. With this coverage and bulk, Aurorus is terrifyingly strong and a bulky tank. Now let's get into its ability. I want to lean into the bulk that we gave Aurorus as well as help support its teammates better, so we'll be giving it the new ability, Ancient Veil. This ability will set up an Aurora Veil, or better explained as a light screen and a reflect, upon switch-in with no snow required. Now listen, I know this sounds busted, and I cannot lie, it's pretty incredible, but I think this is balanced in two ways. The first will be Aurorus' speed and typing. Obviously this thing is insanely fat, but is still pretty slow and boasts a ton of weaknesses. It's also 4 times weak to Brick Break, which could be used to remove said screens. The second way of balancing this is the fact that Light Clay cannot be held, limiting the duration of Ancient Veil. Ninetales Alola and its Aurora Veil can be supplemented by Light Clay as an item. 5 turns, especially in a single battle where you have to switch in and out, is very, very short. This is especially the case when you keep in mind that Aurorus gets no momentum-based moves. Now, this will still be an incredible ability. Bolstering our defenses immediately with dual screens is insanely clutch for a Pokemon with great bulk and stats, but an awful defensive typing and a Rock's weakness. It lets Aurorus sit on the field and do damage. It also helps live 1 from pretty much any setup sweeper. It can also facilitate teammates on a pivot or even on a sacrificial switch-in. Truly an ability worthy of the Queen of the Kalos Tundra. That is going to be the video. Please let me know what you guys think about the Megas in the comments below. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I always really enjoy them, but they take a lot of time to make, and if you guys aren't enjoying them and you prefer the more competitive Pokemon content, not as much tied in with, lore and designs, let me know, but I had a lot of fun this. Again, big shouts to, oh my gosh, I'm going to say his name wrong again. I had to say it like 5 times when I was reading the script. Is it Bosnarog? Or Bozgarong. There we go. Please go check him out. He was great to work with. Again, really timely and did great stuff. Was very good in communication with getting this to me pretty quickly. So I really appreciate him. Go commission him if you want to do some cool designs. And yeah, drop a like if you enjoyed. Sub if you're new. See you on the next one. Later.